Hello, everyone. Today is Tuesday, February 6, 2024, at 7:54 p.m. in the evening. Excuse me. Sorry. I just got out of the shower. So, I've been very sleep deprived. You know, pretty much all month last month. And, excuse me. And today's just the 6th of February. So, every night lately, I've been getting like maximum of 3 or 4 hours of sleep. So I felt like very sleep deprived. Excuse me. So I had a disappointing morning this morning. But then this afternoon, it turned out for the better. But I don't know how much better. So this video I'm planning on doing like maximum about 20 or 30 minutes. Because like I'm planning on doing maximum of 20 or 30 minutes because like last night I did a video, yesterday afternoon. It was probably almost 4 o'clock when I did a video. And then afterwards, it was before 6:30 when I got done. Oh, yeah, it was about after 6 o'clock, before 6:30 or something. And it looks like as if the video didn't get done uploading until like almost 2 o'clock in the morning, somewhere around there. I don't know exactly, but so the fact that I'm in a spot where the buses, either inconvenient or take a long time, or they run at certain hours, or I have to walk like the bus stop will be like 30 something minutes, and then it would be like 30 something minutes, and then excuse me, y'all, for being slowed because of the sleep deprivation. And so that probably would have taken me like an hour to walk to the bus stop, you know. So, excuse me. So, it would have took me a long time to walk to the doggone bus stop. And then another bus I ended up missing. So me trying to make it there on time, I had no choice but to get an Uber. And you know, and then I was disappointed and upset. So the first Uber driver, when I got in his car, he had like a doctored up kind of Hyundai Sonata. I think it was silver. And then it looked like it was about 2012 model or something. or 2015 model, somewhere around there. And then he seemed like as he was an older man dressed up like a pimp, and had kind of an attitude, when I got in the car. But excuse me, he had an attitude when I got in the car. But he was wearing like a white and black jacket, mainly white with some black on it, and he was wearing red pants. So I don't even know if he was a perp or not, but he was a little bit rude, and he was wearing red pants. And the perps followed and gang stalked me all the way, you know, excuse me, all the way down towards downtown. So it's like you don't even being targeted. You don't even have to tell all your business. You don't have to tell any of your business. And everywhere you go, gang stalkers are following you everywhere. I mean, when I was workplace mobbed or sabotaged in 2017, 18, and 19, I didn't have anybody to really converse with or nobody really talk to or tell my business. I wasn't doing YouTube videos. Um, excuse me. And, you know, I had these same kind of activities going on. I just didn't realize what was up. But anyway, um, on the way back, it was a Hyundai Elantra, and it seemed like a very new, not brand new, but pretty new, um, Elantra, you know. And that man, he was, much nicer. And I told him, you know, being up, I mean, about, being up, when I was upset or whatever. He even said it didn't really make sense for a job company to make you buy the uniform and you have to wear the uniform to the interview. So, and at first he was trying to say that it sounded like as if the hiring manager was just looking for an excuse to not hire me, you know. But I had a strange and upsetting morning. Like I went to this nearby coffee shop close to the interview place, and the food was, well, I mean, they had this little miniature king cake pastry or whatever. It didn't even taste like king cake. It was like a cream cheese, and I was kind of disappointed. It wasn't what I was looking for, you know. But then the they had this kind of biscuit sandwich. It was extremely good. But what happened was I went to order, the biscuit sandwich and try out the miniature king cake, and I also ordered a cup of water. And the guy took my order, and then he gave me a cup of water. And then he's like, "You good, you good, you good." You know, he's like, "You good, you good." And so I was under the impression that, I've had it happen to me before with certain people, wanting to help out and just, you know, don't charge me for the meal or whatever. On rare occasions, I've had that happen. I try to pay him in cash, because I didn't have much left on my debit card. I try to pay him in cash. And that's when he was like, "You good, you good." So then I sat around for a while, wondering where is my food. and everybody else was being served. And then I went back up to the counter wondering where was my food. And the lady um, said that, oh, well, there's no order for you in here and you didn't pay for your food. And I'm like, well, that guy, he took my order and I saw it on the screen. I tried to hand him the cash and he's like, you good, or whatever. And then I saw he threw the receipt away. And it's like, I sat there and waited, and then eventually she got my order and got my food or whatever. And then I was very disappointed with the miniature king cake thingy, but it wasn't even like a miniature king cake. It seemed like as it was like a Danish but with king cake colors on it, king cake colored sugar or whatever. It wasn't even like a king cake. I was disappointed, but I was been looking around for some real good king cake. Um, but haven't had good luck yet. But I think I know of a place where they have some really good king cake, but it's very hard to find a single serving slice of king cake. They sell the whole thing of king cake. But back then, I remember certain places of business they would sell king cake by the slice, but now they don't even sell it by the slice. I'm just one person, They don't even sell the king cake by the slice, but the king cake be like $36 and stuff like that. But anyway, but and so then I was sleep deprived, and I don't think I got any sleep before 4:30 for the past 2 or 3 nights, and then finally fall asleep and then wake up at like between 7 and 8:30. But this morning, I think I may have waken up. I think I woke up at 6:30 this morning, and you know, but then because they had this Hispanic female, I guess she was doing security or something, and she was nice and helpful and went out of her way to help me, and they had this little market or whatever, but I was trying to pay for my breakfast in cash since didn't have a whole lot on my debit card, and then you know I didn't see anything that I really wanted, but she offered that you can pay to give me the cash and I'll just you know pay on my debit card or whatever for you. And I'm like, nah, I just eat in the coffee shop. And then that weirdness happened in the coffee shop. And so when I went to confront the guy um, about what he did, he pretended he was eating a meal. Maybe he was on break and he was eating a meal. And then he kind of shooed me off and made an excuse saying that he was on a customer service call or something like that. I don't even know if but everybody else got treated normal. And I was very confused why he did that. Why couldn't you just take my order, accept my cash, and you accept the other customer's cash? And so then, the female that's the security guard, I told her about it. And he's like, well, he judged you based on your appearance or whatever. And she's like, well, I'm sorry he did that or whatever. Because it was very cold this morning. Very cold. And, I had on the work uniform that was required. Excuse me. I had on the work uniform that was required, and I put my hoodie on because it was cold, you know. So she started saying, "Oh, he judged you like that because of the way you looked, and you have to look presentable, and or you know." And all I did was take off my hoodie, and she's like, "Oh, well, now you look presentable." So that pretty much triggered me because the abusive, narcissistic fake foster mom, Adrian Felder, she used to narcissistically lecture me about my appearance and tell me that my appearance affects the way people treat me, and telling me that I have to look presentable or that I don't look presentable and this and that or whatever. You know, excuse me. And she never really taught us anything but expected us to have common sense to know everything. And she would get mad and yell at us or punish us or treat us a certain way, you know. So, I mean, but then I went upstairs and tried to knock on the door, and I saw a sign on the door, supposedly nobody was in the office. Then after a while, I saw this guy go in there, and he warned me in advance that he said he got turned away. But then I went in there, and I was surprised. I mean, because that manager, you know, narcissistically lectured me. I mean, like, was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. I went to fake Walmart, and it was very cold, and I went there, and they must have a cold front after all that weekend rain, and you know, remember when I told y'all that the workers at fake Walmart, that they were rude and unhelpful, and one of them pointed to me where the pants and shirt and all that, and she's like, "That's all we have," like she said with an attitude. "That's all we have." So as far as I knew, they were dress pants. So when I went into the office today, he tried to lecture me about my pants being too tight, and then they were dress pants, and he tried to lecture me saying that they're legging. He tried to argue me that those are not dress pants and that they're leggings, and then he said those are jeggings or those are dress jeggings. There was nothing jean about the you know, the pants. They were dress pants, but you know, they had sewn pockets that were sewn up. You know, you couldn't even put your hands in the pocket. So, and then he tried to say, we specifically said in the email that no leggings, no tight pants, no jeggings or whatever. I looked later on after I got back here. He lied. He just said black long sleeves. He said black long sleeve shirt. That's, you know, button down, black, you know, slacks, and black shoes and black socks. Well, I thought those pants were slacks, but I didn't realize, you know, nowhere in the emails that he sent me, nowhere did it say no tight pants, or, I mean, I wasn't even trying to get tight pants, but 2X was the biggest pair that I saw. And I don't have much knowledge about fashion or dress or anything, you know, especially with me not having a lot of work experience. So I thought those, you know, dress pants, slacks, I thought they were the same. But I didn't realize that they were saying that you have to have, he didn't even put that in the email. I didn't realize slacks meant that they have to have where you gotta put on a belt and you have to have pockets. Well, if I would have known that, I would have he said, well, you should have went in the men's section or whatever. And so, it seemed like as if he was turning everybody around. And then he started lecturing me about how I should look presentable and this or that, and we gotta look a certain way for the job opportunity or whatever. And he said some other stuff I'm just not gonna mention on here, and I just like forget it, fuck it. I felt like very upset, frustrated, and highly discouraged. And this ain't the first time this happened. In New Orleans, when it comes to kind of like temp service jobs, they kind of pick on you and harass you even more. I heard that some people say that workplace mobbing happens more and even worse on temp service jobs than regular jobs. But I think they said this was supposed to be a temp to permanent position. And it would have been a job that I liked, and that was, something that I know I can do, something that's easy. But it's like, the guy that warned me, that guy, he had on like faded black Dickie jeans. They were Dickie pants, but they were faded black and they were like jeans. But, and then they had an older white man that had on a black shirt and like gray pants. I don't even know if he was gonna end up being turned away. But I'm like, I never heard of you wear dress pants. And that man tried to argue me talking about that I was wearing leggings or jeggings, and they were not leggings. They were in the dress, like I got them in a dress clothes aisle or whatever. The dress clothes area. That reminds me of this job opportunity that I had when it was a temp service job, and they said we had to wear all black or whatever, and I didn't understand how they said that a hoodie was more presentable or more professional than a ski parka. A hoodie with like a black hoodie with any and every kind of pink and green and yellow designs. How was that more presentable than a black ski parka? And that's all I had. And I didn't know it was called a ski parka. I thought it was just a light jacket. And they try to over exaggerate it and talk about it being so puffy. And it's like, well, if you wanted me to wear a blazer, how come y'all didn't tell me? Or y'all didn't specify? But this is all part of like freaking singling me out and making me feel a certain way, And then another time I went to this job run by Hispanics, and it was in the French Quarter back in 2000. I wasn't homeless yet. I think it was 2017 or 18, probably 2018. And the man tried to tell me, I had on a white shirt and khaki colored or tan colored capri pants. And the man told me, you look like you just woke up. That's the type of stuff the foster moms say. Or even when I was in 9th grade, the abusive, narcissistic, fake teacher, Miss Alexander, used to say, you look like you just rolled out of bed. And so they said they accepted people wearing like high shorts, like with booty cheeks hanging out their ass, and people with pants with holes and tears in the pants. But I had none of that, and I was considered like the most modestly dressed out of everybody else. And I'm the only one who got singled out and sent home and dealing with the workplace mobbing, even from the bosses. And I think I went home and I bust out crying. I went home crying. And then the lady over the phone was like, you have to have good presentation. Like, another way of trying to say, she tried to say you have to have good presentation. Another way of saying, oh, you don't look presentable. But tell me how high, shorts that back then in the 90s, they used to call it Daisy Dukes. Tell me how high shorts or tie-dyed or dyed, like pants that been dyed and bleached and cut up and everything. Tell me how that more presentable than khaki capri pants and a white shirt with a big butterfly on it. A white shirt with and the shirt matched the capri pants. And I don't understand why I was the only one sent home. And they didn't even give us really a dress code. And so this is like part of the workplace mobbing and singling me out and everything. So I mean, I was so angry. I had difficulty trying to trying to control my my anger. Even worse with me being sleep deprived and being highly just triggered all over again. And then I started accidentally dropping my belongings and stuff falling on the floor. Everybody looking at me like I'm crazy or whatever. But due to me being homeless, I'm sitting here like in just nothing but survival mode. And not even thinking, the idea of taking care of yourself. You're trying in survival mode, but being homeless on the streets and having just enough money to have like the most you can eat is freaking Raising Canes or something. I don't eat it every day, but like that's quality of food. And being homeless on the streets with like Raising Canes or beignets or something like that. Excuse me. I didn't even realize that I think that I gained some more weight. You know, and like the size 3X shirt was, kind of tight on me. And so was the 2X pants were tight on me. Not that they were tight style, but I normally would have fit 2X, but I didn't realize how much weight that I gained, struggling to survive with the homeless situation and not being able to eat as nutritious as, I would have desired to. And despite doing a lot of walking around, but I mean, it's been a long time since I was able to get to find a way to weigh myself. And so I I don't know how much I weigh now. But also I heard that being sleep deprived make you gain weight too. Um And I heard that people say that being sleep deprived make you crave more carbs and sweets and junk food and all that. And then I've been suffering depression, you know, due to what I've been going through. Well, I guess I need to talk a little bit longer. So, but anyway, I found another job opportunity. Um, I don't even know. I don't know. Because people might tell you one thing and make you believe something one way or one day, and then the next, then you try to ask for reinsurance and they tell you yeah, and then like when that time comes, they gaslight and lie and say that they never told you XYZ. So you know people don't even care if you're homeless. They're still gonna give you a doggone part-time job or a low-wage job and not give you many hours. But it's like, how do you expect for somebody to be pulled out of their situation? You know, and they'll say, "Oh well, it's a start or it's something." But you know, I mean, I would need something that's like a full time position of at least, you know, I don't even know if to say a good $15 an hour in full time or maybe overtime. That I think would, and if they wouldn't workplace mob me or bully me off the job, that would be enough to help pull me, you know, if I could stay at a certain place for a while, that could be enough to pull me out of my situation. But a job opportunity I found this afternoon, well, I mean, because I felt discouraged and I'm wondering, well, I wasted my money, I wasted my time, I wasted this, I wasted that. And I was frustrated and upset. Well, like, I wasted $70 on, on the uniform and wasted money on Uber rides and this and that. I made a blank trip. I was so upset. And then this other opportunity, um, I applied for, you know, this job opportunity, and they offered me a position that I did not apply for, you know, but they hired me right on the spot, and I had to go like the old fashioned way of filling out a paper application. And I don't even know if they gave me that position because I'm homeless or because I'm homeless, or is it because um I didn't have any references? Like, I don't have any professional references. And due to this gang stalking, they will always put in a bad word for you. I don't have any family references or professional references. I can't even put any family, since I have no family. Well, I can't even put any family members down for any emergency contact. Certain jobs you can't even get, or certain services you can't even get. Like, if you try to get a gym membership, they'll refuse you a gym membership if you don't have a family member emergency contact. Or sometimes they might want like a personal or a professional reference or whatever. So, I mean, or even medical services. Like, you're trying to go to a doctor, you can't even get family, you know, You can't even put them down for emergency contact if you're dealing with dirty family members that's abusive. And then like, well, you got people be like, well, you got to put down somebody, or you got to sign this waiver for this thing, and they put an emergency contact, and you can't do it because you don't have no family support. So, I mean, I hope that I accepted the job, but I mean, it sounds like as if the way I described the pants, they said that they will accept those pants. You know, they will accept those pants, and they said that they have the uniform shirt for me. And so they said that the job position is a silverware roller, like a job position that where you just roll silverware. That sounds like a part-time position with not many hours. And I'm like, well, how can I get pulled? I'm thinking to myself, how can I get out of my It sounds like a very easy job. A very easy job. You know, but how can I get out of my situation if it's like minimum wage and not, I mean, and if it's like 12 hours a week? I don't even know. I don't know. Because I don't know. They said they will tell me tomorrow um what the pay is and how many hours or whatever. But I don't know if I'll end up being put to work tomorrow. But I don't know if I'll be put to work tomorrow or not. But I mean, it sounds like as if I'm supposed to get like onboarding or something tomorrow. That's what it sounded like they were trying to tell me. But I applied for like, I mean, at that particular place, I mean, if somebody taught me how to work the cash register, I mean, I've done light cashiering at a job or two before. So if you showed me how to operate the register, I mean, I'm capable of doing that. I'm pretty sure. But um, but I don't mind doing a silverware roller job. I just hope that I can have like full time work hours, um, or enough to help me pull me out of my situation, so that I can have less to beg and panhandle. You know, but you know, but like with the Sky Zone job with the workplace mobbing and whatever. I mean, I applied for a position and I got hired for that position, and then a few days later, that Brian guy um snuck behind my back and put me down as a dedicated cleaner as the way to degrade and humiliate me and make me feel a certain way. And they workplace mobbed the fuck out of me really bad. Everybody was younger than me, including him. You know. So and I don't even know if this job, I don't know if they will pay every week or every 2 weeks or what, you know. But I mean, as I said, I don't mind, doing you know, the silverware rolling job. And I just hope that I get enough hours, full time hours, you know, and it's like Friday, oh, and another thing, Uber, freaking, they had they charged me twice. They double charged me. And so because of the fact that they double charged me, now my bank account is, for the first time in a long time, my bank account is negative $14.01. But if they would not have charged me twice, because it's like they'll charge you, say for example, $17.99, and you go take the ride, and then they will adjust it to $17.98, and then take the $17.99 and the $17.98 out of your account. And sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, and you never know when they'll do it. And then afterwards, after 3 days, they'll give you back that $17.99. But if it weren't for that, I would have like $3.97 in the bank. But I gotta wait 3 days for them to clear that out. And, I don't know why they do that with regular Uber and Uber Eats. I don't know why they feel the need to charge twice. And you never know when they'll do it. So but I guess today is Tuesday. By Friday, that that negative 1401 should be restored back to the 397 or 398 that I'm supposed to have. And so that ain't my doggone fault. That's Uber doing that shit. And so I went to try to see about planning to get me some laundry done with my clothes, my regular clothes, And for some reason, right when I try to go see about doing laundry, they closed they locked the laundry room door here. So, you know, wow, the Uber rides, blank Uber ride trips, but then, it looks like I'm able to save the pants and wear them, to this new job without having to go to fake Walmart and return everything. Just like frustrating and inconvenient, but you know, and I've still been suffering like severe sleep deprivation. You know, in a way that even this morning I felt the sleep deprivation that it was affecting my heart. And so, they said, like a lot of places said that you know so Friday I'm scheduled to be back on the streets. Online stalkers have reduced the opportunity for me to get more help with hotel room. And so Saturday and Sunday it's gonna rain. and I have no shelter overhead. And so I don't even know how I could get like $500 in assistance for another week to stay here and keep a job. But I mean, I may not end up getting the first paycheck until, you know, towards the like the third or fourth week of the month. I don't know much. I don't have much information. I don't even know that much. All I know is, I mean, I don't even know if it will be full time or part time, or I don't know how much I will be paid or the frequency of being paid. All I know is the position is supposed to be a silverware roller. You know, so, but in certain jobs in the past, if I couldn't, I mean, due to my homeless situation, certain jobs I couldn't even keep due to the homeless situation, you know. But I'm really feeling nervous about and them sadistically forcing me to suffer like this when they're the criminals. That's not funny. And then dealing with people, narcissistic people that if they donate and then they start to get bossy and think they own your life and make you feel uncomfortable and get very controlling and treat you like you're retarded and don't know any better, or treat you like you lack common sense and get very abusive and controlling, you know. As I said, I'm thankful and glad for the ones who support and help or donate when I need it, when they donate and support and they don't have that agenda to try to control your life. When they just want to assist and be supportive. But I will have nowhere to go Friday and Saturday. I mean, I'm sorry, Saturday and Sunday. It's supposed to rain really bad, and then Mardi Gras is just next Tuesday, a week from now, and as I said, I have I mean, I need help because they said that a lot of the the motels raised the price up. The motels raised the price up to $500. Certain for the week for a weekly motel or whatever. They raised the price to $500 because of Mardi Gras. So it's very fucked up to force me to just be out in the middle of nowhere, homeless on the streets, and just getting rained on. And then the online narcissistic fake stalkers will lie to people and say Candy wants to be out there. She wants to look silly and get rained on and get pneumonia when it's them forcing me. So I went way over what I originally intended, but it took for me to all this time to say what I needed to say. Oh well. And you know, and then they will be gossiping about, oh, Candy just got hired for a job and she's ungrateful and complaining and this or that. Well, y'all the same motherfuckers that's wrongfully sabotaged my airport job. Because y'all called up the airport and lied. And then you lied and said, oh, you got yourself banned. No, I got wrongfully banned because y'all called up the airport and y'all were bragging in advance about and threatening in advance about how you're gonna call up the airport and have me banned. And y'all think this shit is funny. So it's now 8:44 p.m. and I won't be surprised if I mean don't be surprised if it's after midnight when this video upload is done uploading, because it takes a while. So I'm trying to fight to stay strong. I don't know what I'm going to do for the weekend. And a lot of the stalkers have turned people away. They turned the supportive people away from me. And that fake T.I. Sanctuary guy, he tried to follow me on TikTok. And I blocked him. Now, I mean, if you feel like I'm so demonic, why you want to come follow me? You blocked me on Twitter for nothing. And I never even did you anything. So, I'm going to go for now. I need whatever help I can get. I'm sitting here fighting to survive. And the gang stalkers don't want me with a real job because they're trying to sex traffic me.